coming up in just a bit. Man Shoes, the journey to becoming a better man, husband, and father. We'll talk to author Tom Watson. When we come back, we're going to catch up with Tom Watson. He's the author of Man Shoes. Just in time for Father's Day, how to become a better dad. That and weather and traffic after the break on Breakfast Television. Well, Dave, you know a little something about this. Being a great father, husband, and man. Well, actually, it doesn't come naturally to everyone, especially Andy, who's not here today. Now we have author Tom Watson. He knows this firsthand. He's written a book to help guys out there become better parents just in time for Father's Day. The book is called Man Shoes. Tom joins us this morning. Welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
I know you're on the tail end of a long book tour, so we're certainly happy you could make it here this morning. Now let's talk, aside from this book, there are some sort of words that you live by, tips for a better life, and that applies to all of us, men, women, all of us. So let's talk about some of those first off.
Well, I think inside of Man Shoes is it's about this journey from a boy to becoming a 50-year-old man, which I'm going to be this year. And inside that journey, what I detail are some little tips to live by. So some of them are my choice plus my actions equals my life, which is a huge one that I think that has really taken me from 13 foster homes.
Wow.
At the age of 5, I was in 13 foster homes and has allowed me to help build my life. And another one would be putting your spouse first.
Right, you mentioned that in the tips on how to become a better parent.
Yeah.
And so tell me how that's not a contradiction in terms.
Well, one of the issues that I find in my own relationship is as soon as I start to side with my children, all of a sudden I have this rift between my wife and myself. And so I've chosen my wife. My children are gifts from God to me.
Right.
But my wife is the foundation partner in my relationship, in my family. So to be able to choose my wife and support her and have her support me, that's kind of support your wife first.
Now, something you talk about is rebirths. You talk about fresh starts and rebirths as being possible at any age. How did this apply to you in your life, and how can it apply to others?
Well, I think lots of times we get stuck in this fact that bad things happen in our lives, and we almost get stuck on those things. And for me, I've had several bad things. My first wife passed away when I was 30 from leukemia. I'm actually doing the Ride to Conquer Cancer on Saturday with my middle son. So I went through depression and thought about suicide and those types of things, the 13 foster homes. What I've found in my life is that I can be reborn. I can find new joy in living. And so to not get stuck and certainly grieve, but there is a rebirth that can happen in your life. All of us can live better lives.
Right.
But if we get stuck, we're done.
And so much of this is applicable, of course, to everybody, not just men. But there's one tip here that is very much applicable to men and geared towards men. If you're man enough to make babies, be man enough to be responsible for them. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's very serious business.
We have 17,000 foster children every year in this country. I was a foster child. So it's very important for me, for all of us, to start taking birthing serious.
Right.
And men, it's fun to make the babies. Unfortunately, unfortunately, if you're not serious about it, you need to be careful what you're doing. Protect your tool.
Protect your tool. Now, Father's Day is Sunday. What's the greatest gift for you on Father's Day?
Well, the greatest gift for me is the fact that I've made it to 50 this year, and I have 3 great sons who I'm very proud of, and I'm going to be able to spend it with my sons and my wife, and just in a healthy way.
Amazing. The book is called Man Shoes by Tom Watson. Available on Amazon.
On Amazon.
And more information at breakfasttelevision.ca. Safe travels back to Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver.
It's not necessarily the place you want to be right now.
Exactly.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks for having me on.
All right.